I'm Todd Versteeg with the Equipment Voice, and today I'm joined with Chris Gregerson from Premium Solutions, and we're going to talk about booth giveaways. So, Chris, you've got a lot of different things here today. I guess the first place to start is when you're talking to equipment manufacturers. Where do you start from a planning standpoint? Where should a manufacturer start when they start talking about, should we be giving away pins, should we be giving away hats? And where's the starting point on everything?
Well, usually I begin, first thing I want to know is, why are you at the trade show? You can say, well, obviously I'm here to get more business. But are you new to the trade show? Does anybody even know who you are? You've got a brand new company, brand new product. Or is it you're introducing a new product, and is that product for existing customers, or is it to introduce to new customers to grow your business? Both are growing your business, but who's the category? Or finally, is it to get a lot of referrals, and then how are you going to follow up with them? Because a lot of people get referrals. It's very important that you do something with those when you get back. I brought a lot of things just to kind of touch on those categories.
Okay.
I'll give you some general things, and then I'll talk about specifically for the construction and the heavy equipment industry. If you're going to a show and nobody knows who you are, food is a good thing to give away. Cookies, candy, give away popcorn. I mean, everybody loves popcorn, but if you're going to give away popcorn, you got to give it to them in a bag with your brand on it. Don't just use the generic popcorn bag, because other people are going to see that. Where'd you get the popcorn? And then put your message on there. Tell them something about who you are. We're the best at whatever it is you're the best at. If they've been there for existing customers, I'm going to give them something useful that goes back on their desk. Post-it notes are always handy. These sticky books, handy to carry. They'll throw it in their briefcase. Maybe a Febreze pen. You think of, freshen up, or there's a spot remover pen. Something that's useful, even lip balm. Lip balm, you can do the whole custom label, and it tells them a lot. Everybody can use lip balm. You'll throw it in your pocket, you'll keep it in your bag. Men, women, it's a universal good thing to give. Other times, you want something that'll then stay with them when they get back. Perhaps you're looking for leads. And if you're looking for leads, you want something that's going to sit out on their desk that they're going to find very useful. This is a simple item. It's a highlighter pen, but it's gel, and so it won't dry out. So you can give them this is the new product, if you will, versus the traditional highlighter. But again, it's useful. It'll go back on their desk, and they'll stick with them. Perhaps if you have a little more of a budget, this is a USB recharger. Puts it into your car, and I can recharge my iPhone or some of my smartphone, whatever type of items you have. This item is a sticky to clean the screen of your of your phone. So you use this to wipe it off.
That's a great idea.
It sticks to the other item, puts in your pocket, it stays there. Plus the business card can have all product information.
Cool.
So it's something useful to take home. They'll remember, because when you're at a trade show, I just got back from my industry trade show, there were literally 1,000 booths there, and you think you're going to remember, but after a while it all starts to run together, and you want to give them something that'll come back, remind them of who you are, what your product is, and then you need to follow up with them because you got their business card or you scanned their badge or whatever type of information.
Sure.
So some may get excited about getting a hat.
Hats are definitely a thing.
Hats are great, but again, if it's the president of the company, maybe he or she doesn't wear the hat. But if it's the guy, the supervisor who's out and using the equipment, they're going to love a hat.
Now, one of the things on the hats, if we could just talk about that a second, was, hats obviously is something that the industries that we work in, they give away a lot of hats. And so when it comes to hats, what's the difference between a hat that sort of sits on somebody's shelf, not getting worn, and the hat that somebody picks up and wears every day because it's a comfortable hat for them?
That's a good question. Again, part of it's the audience. There's an age range of what style people like to wear. Hats are fashion. And so, if your audience is 50, 60, 70, there's one type of hat they want to wear. If they're in their 20s, 30s, there's a different style hat they want to wear. So you first of all have to understand that. And sometimes I have to come up with a hat, well, what's going to make everybody happy? So I tend to do a low profile, but I put a little structure in it, a little shape to it versus the really flat hat or the flat brim hat, because again, those are more of a niche hat. Another thing is something that's comfortable. The Velcro closure is comfortable. Some people like the buckle, the snap, but this one universally everybody accepts as a good idea. Then it's really how do you want to decorate it. I mean, sometimes the decoration is what makes the hat cool, because you like what's going on with the hat, you like the message that's on there. So is it as simple as your brand, or I did hats for one program where they knew who was coming. So they put individual business names on there. They put the company name on there. They then put on the label on the inside their brand.
Yeah.
So it was not branded for the company. It was branded for the
Wow,
individual
that's
company.
a great idea.
But the way they were able to do that is because they knew who was coming to the show.
Yeah.
So when they showed up for their appointment, they gave them a hat with their brand name on it, and then on the inside. So every time I put the hat on, I knew XYZ gave it to me, but I thought it was cool because you did a hat for me.
Yeah, I'm sure that would make a big impact with some of the big equipment sales that we're talking about here, with some of the big contractors and stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
I know this is just a part of what you guys do for as an organization, so tell me a little bit more about Premium Solutions and some of the other services that you guys offer.
Okay. Premium Solutions is a business I started in 2000. I spent a number of years in the incentive industry, and to me, I look at promotional items as part of that motivation, part of how do you influence the buying decision. And so I started with that approach of always understanding the marketing. And so I like working a lot with corporate marketing departments, advertising departments, and helping them take their message and then translate it into products. I do, of course, a lot of apparel, hats we've talked about, imprinted shirts, logos on, so for a trade show, again, that's to have your sales force in branded shirts. Let everybody know when they come into the booth that everybody wearing that royal blue with the brand on it is somebody who can help them, versus wondering, well, who can help me?
Yeah.
And then, of course, I do branded products, but I do a lot of special items that are custom made. Sometimes what you need, it doesn't already exist. Maybe we may need to modify something to create something that will fit what they want it to be. So in those cases, then we need a longer lead time, because custom products can take a minimum of 4 weeks. Some of them are done overseas, and they can take 90 to 100 days. So then you have to plan ahead. But you can get exactly what you want, the color you want, and often at a better price too.
Fantastic. So plan ahead, plan often, but that's really kind of a big part of your message on everything. And I mean, at the same time, I mean, there's just a lot of useful stuff, and I think it's really understanding what that audience is then, right?
Right. And yet there are times when you have to do things last minute. This industry also has suppliers who can respond quickly to say, I just need to do this, and we decided, and I need it in a week. There are companies who can get that done, but it doesn't allow you as much tailoring to it, maybe not as many imprint options. But yes, planning ahead and understanding your audience, that's the biggest part of this, to making sure you give away a product that gets used, that people will appreciate, and will help you sell more of whatever your product is.
Well, thanks. Well, thank you for your time today. And thank you guys for joining us. If you've got any questions for Chris, we'll have his contact information down below. And as always, thanks for checking out the Equipment Boys.